What if I told you the reason you drift when you walk, that quiet pull to one side, that slight hesitation before your body decides where straight actually is, may have nothing to do with your legs at all? And what if I told you the real issue could be starting in your neck right now, in a way almost nobody has ever explained to you? Because this is what happens all the time. A person starts drifting while walking. They begin reaching for walls when they stand up. Their body hesitates in little ways it never used to. They go to the doctor and hear the same things again and again. Be careful. Hold the railing. Maybe it's just age. So they go home, try a few leg exercises, and wait for things to improve. But nothing changes. The drifting continues. The hesitation continues. And over time, they start believing this is simply part of getting older. But I'm here to tell you, it's not inevitable. Today, I'm going to explain what may actually be happening inside your body in plain, simple language. Then I'll walk you through 8 exercises designed to target the real problem directly. No gym. No special equipment. Just a wall, a chair, and a few minutes of your day. Before we begin, if you haven't subscribed yet, hit that button and turn on the bell so you never miss another health tip designed to help you stay strong, steady, and independent. And if you enjoy this video, type 1 in the comments. If not, type 0 so I know how to make these videos better for you. Hashtag chapter 2. What's actually happening in your body? Here's the part most people never hear. When you start drifting while walking, the problem is often not your legs. At the base of your skull sits a structure called the cerebellum. Think of it as your body's balance command center. Every second you're upright, it receives signals from your muscles, your joints, your inner ear, and your eyes. It uses all of that information to make tiny, constant corrections that keep you balanced and moving in a straight line. When your cerebellum is working well, you never notice it. You just walk. But when it starts operating below its best, something changes. You may drift to one side. You may grab walls or furniture. You may feel slightly uncertain with every step, even if your legs still seem strong. Now here's the part that changes everything. The arteries that help carry blood to the cerebellum travel up through the bones of your neck, one vertebra at a time. Over the years, poor posture, long hours looking down, old injuries, and chronic muscle tightness can create stiffness around this area. That tension may affect how freely the neck moves and can interfere with the structures surrounding those arteries. The result? Your cerebellum may not function as efficiently as it should, and your balance can slowly begin to decline. That's why the real solution often has 2 parts. 1. Release the tightness in the neck. 2. Retrain the cerebellum and balance system directly, and that is exactly what the next 8 exercises are designed to do. Today's routine is split into 2 groups. Group 1 focuses on releasing neck tension. Group 2 focuses on retraining your cerebellum and balance system. You need both. They work together. Hashtag chapter 3. Group 1. Neck release exercises. Hashtag exercise 1. Base of neck rotation release. Why this matters. The place where your neck meets your upper back is one of the most common areas for long-term stiffness to build up. If this area becomes restricted, it can affect neck mobility and contribute to the kind of tension that often shows up alongside balance problems. How to do it. Sit in a sturdy chair with your back straight and your shoulders relaxed. Gently lower your chin just slightly toward your chest. Now place 2 fingertips over the bony bump at the base of your neck, the spot where your neck meets your upper back. Slowly turn your head to the right while using your fingertips to apply a very gentle guiding pressure in the same direction. Move only as far as feels comfortable. You should feel a mild stretch or release, not pain. Hold that end position for 3 to 5 seconds, then slowly return to center. Repeat the same movement to the left side. Do 5 repetitions on each side, once in the morning and once in the evening. Most people notice that this movement becomes easier within the first week or 2 as stiffness begins to loosen. Hashtag exercise 2. Side neck stretch. Why this matters. One of the most overworked muscles in the body runs from just behind your ear down toward your collarbone. When this muscle stays tight for long periods, it can create tension all along the side of the neck and upper shoulder, limiting movement, and contributing to poor head and neck positioning. How to do it: place one hand flat against your collarbone and press gently downward to anchor the tissue. Then slowly tilt your head toward the opposite shoulder. As you do, lift your chin just slightly upward. You should feel a deep, clear stretch running along the side of your neck, from behind the ear down toward the collarbone. Hold the stretch for 20 to 30 seconds while breathing slowly and steadily. Then switch sides and repeat. Do this 2 to 3 times per side. The key is not force. Gentle, steady stretching works far better than pulling hard. Over time, this helps release chronic tightness and restore more natural neck movement. And that matters, because better neck mobility means better communication between your head, your eyes, your inner ear, and the balance centers in your brain. In the next section, we'll continue with the rest of the neck release exercises before moving into the balance drills that retrain the cerebellum itself. Do not pull or force the stretch. Let gravity and time do the work for you. Then slowly bring your head back to center and repeat on the other side. Do 2 repetitions per side during each session. Stretching helps lengthen tight muscles, but it doesn't always release the deeper layers of tension that build up over the years. That deeper stiffness often settles into the muscles around the neck and upper spine after decades of poor posture, stress, or old injuries. Massage helps loosen that built-up tissue tension in a different way. It can reduce tightness in the small muscles surrounding the cervical spine and help the entire neck area feel freer, softer, and less restricted. To do this neck self-massage, use the fingertips of both hands and begin at the base of your skull. Apply firm but comfortable circular pressure on the muscles just to the left and right of the spine. From there, slowly work your way down both sides of your neck toward the base where the neck meets the shoulders. Spend about 60 to 90 seconds on each side. As you massage, pay attention to any spots that feel especially tight, tender, or ropey compared to the surrounding tissue. When you find one of those areas, pause and spend a little extra time there. Don't dig in painfully. Instead, use steady, gentle pressure and small circles until you feel the tissue begin to soften. Do this once a day, ideally in the morning, either before or after the first 2 neck exercises. This isn't about pain. It's about giving your neck a chance to let go of tension it may have been holding for years. Now we move into the second half of the routine, cerebellum training. The first 3 exercises were designed to reduce tension and improve mobility in the neck. These next exercises are different. Their job is to retrain the balance and coordination systems that help you walk in a straight line, shift your weight safely, and feel more stable on your feet. This is where your brain begins to relearn control. Before you can improve the way you walk, you need to slow the movement down enough for your brain to actually notice what's going wrong. Most people move too quickly to catch their own balance mistakes. Momentum takes over, and the body simply repeats whatever walking pattern it has learned over time. Slow motion walking removes that momentum. It forces every step to become deliberate, controlled, and visible to your brain. That gives your cerebellum a chance to make corrections. To do this exercise, find a clear hallway or open path in your home. If needed, place one hand lightly on the wall for support. Begin walking at the slowest pace you can manage. Each step should take about 3 to 5 seconds from start to finish. Lift one foot deliberately. Pause for a moment with the foot in the air, then reach your heel slightly forward and lower it to the floor with full control. Feel your weight transfer through that foot before taking the next step. Walk 10 steps forward, then turn carefully using small marching steps instead of a quick pivot. Walk 10 steps back. That counts as 1 set. Complete 3 sets in total. While doing this, keep your eyes looking straight ahead, not down at your feet. That part matters because your balance system needs to learn how to work while your eyes are focused on where you're going, not where your feet are landing. And if you wobble during this exercise, that's okay. In fact, that's part of the process. The wobbling means your balance system is being challenged, and that is exactly how it gets stronger. Once this starts to feel smooth, try doing it on a different surface, like carpet instead of hardwood. That slight change forces your nervous system to adapt, which helps make the improvement more useful in real-life situations. Another excellent drill is the tandem heel-to-toe walk. This exercise trains the kind of balance you need in the situations where falls often happen, such as walking through narrow spaces, stepping around furniture, or moving carefully down a hallway at night. It improves dynamic balance, which means you're balanced while you're moving, not just while standing still. To perform it, stand at one end of a clear hallway with one hand lightly touching the wall for safety if needed. Place your right foot directly in front of your left so that the heel of your right foot nearly touches the toes of your left foot. Then step your left foot forward the same way, heel to toe, in as straight a line as possible. Continue for 10 steps forward, turn carefully, and then take 10 steps back in the same heel-to-toe pattern. That is one set. Complete 2 sets. As you do it, keep your eyes forward and move slowly with full control. If you need to touch the wall for a moment, do it. There is no prize for doing this perfectly. What matters is practicing the pattern safely and consistently. As you improve, try crossing your arms over your chest instead of holding them out for balance. This takes away some of the help your arms normally provide and asks your core, hips, and ankles to do more of the stabilizing work. The next exercise is standing marches with a cross-body tap. This movement rebuilds 2 important abilities at the same time: the hip strength needed to lift your feet clearly off the ground while walking, and the cross-body coordination your cerebellum uses to keep your movements smooth, rhythmic, and balanced. And both of those become incredibly important the moment walking starts to feel less automatic. Cross-body movement is incredibly important because it activates the communication pathways between the left and right sides of the brain. And that communication is essential for smooth, coordinated walking. Every time you walk naturally, your body is already using a cross-body pattern. One arm swings forward as the opposite leg steps. When that coordination weakens, walking can start to feel stiff, awkward, or unstable. That is why this exercise matters so much. It helps rebuild the timing, rhythm, and brain-body connection that steady walking depends on. To do it, stand tall behind a sturdy chair with both hands resting lightly on the back for support. Lift your right knee toward your chest as high as feels comfortable. As the knee rises, bring your left hand across your body and tap that knee. Then lower the legs slowly with control. Next, lift your left knee and tap it with your right hand. That counts as 1 full repetition. Continue in this alternating pattern for 10 repetitions on each side, 20 total. Move slowly and deliberately. The most important part is timing. Your tapping hand and your rising knee should meet at exactly the same moment. That precise coordination is what challenges and retrains the cerebellum. Once this becomes easy, try the same movement without holding the chair, keeping your arms free at your sides between taps. And eventually, if you feel very steady and safe, try 2 or 3 repetitions with your eyes closed. That increases the neurological challenge even further by forcing your brain to rely less on vision and more on balance and body awareness. The next exercise focuses on one of the most dangerous moments for balance after age 70, turning. Many falls do not happen while walking straight ahead. They happen when someone pivots in the kitchen, turns to answer a voice behind them, gets up from a chair and changes direction too quickly, or rotates their body while carrying something. Turning combines movement, balance, eye control, and inner ear signals all at once. If those systems are not working together smoothly, that is when dizziness, disorientation, and loss of balance can happen. This exercise trains exactly that skill. It teaches your visual system and your vestibular system, the part of your inner ear responsible for balance, to coordinate during rotation. That is one of the cerebellum's key jobs. To perform it, stand facing a wall with a sturdy chair, countertop, or stable surface nearby in case you need support. Choose a fixed point on the wall at about eye level. It could be a light switch, a picture frame, a mark on the wall, anything clear and easy to focus on. Lock your gaze onto that point. Then begin moving slowly and take 3 controlled steps into a complete 360-degree turn. As you turn, keep your eyes fixed on that point for as long as physically possible. Once the turn is complete, immediately find that same point again and focus on it. Do 5 full turns per session. Start very slowly. In the beginning, the goal is not speed. The goal is smoothness, control, and keeping your balance while your eyes and inner ear work together. As this becomes easier over the next few weeks, you can gradually increase the speed of the turn. While doing this exercise, do not close your eyes. The entire benefit comes from actively coordinating what your eyes are seeing with what your inner ear is sensing during the turn. Stay close to the wall, especially during the first week, and move with caution. If you feel unstable, slow down even more. The final exercise is multidirectional weight shifting, and it may be one of the most practical of the entire routine. That's because most falls do not happen while moving straight forward on a flat surface. They happen when you reach sideways for something, shift your weight unexpectedly, step backward, lean forward, or move your body in a direction you weren't fully prepared for. In other words, falls often happen when your center of gravity moves outside your comfort zone and your body can't recover quickly enough. This exercise trains that exact skill. It teaches your body how to move your weight in multiple directions and then return safely to center. That ability to recover is one of the most important fall prevention skills you can have. To do it, stand behind a sturdy chair with both hands resting lightly on the back. Keep your feet about hip-width apart and your spine tall. Begin by slowly shifting your weight onto your right foot while lifting your left foot just 1 inch off the floor. Hold that position for 3 seconds, then return to center. Next, shift your weight onto your left foot and lift your right foot 1 inch off the floor. Hold for 3 seconds, then return to center. Now gently shift your weight forward onto the balls of your feet, just far enough to feel your balance working, but not so far that your heels leave the floor. Hold for a few seconds, then return to center. After that, shift your weight backward onto your heels, hold again, and return to center. That full sequence, right, left, forward, and back, counts as one complete round. Perform 3 rounds total. As you practice, the goal is not to move far. The goal is to move with awareness and control. You are teaching your body how to recognize changes in balance and respond calmly instead of panicking. Over time, that can make a huge difference in the real world when you trip slightly, turn too quickly, or lose balance reaching for something. As you get stronger, gradually reduce how much support you use from the chair. Start with both hands if needed. Then move to lighter pressure, then fingertips only, and eventually no support at all if it feels safe. Each time you reduce that support, your ankles, hips, and core are forced to take on more of the stabilizing work, which is exactly what you want. Before you begin all 8 of these exercises, I want to pause for one very important safety note. Your safety matters more than anything else here, and I would never want someone to get hurt trying to follow along. These exercises are designed for generally healthy older adults. But if you have been diagnosed with a neurological condition such as Parkinson's disease, if you have a history of stroke, or if a doctor has told you that you have significant vertebral artery disease or severe cervical instability, please speak with your physician or a licensed physical therapist before trying this routine. In those situations, you may need a modified or supervised approach, and that is completely okay. Also, for the neck release exercises specifically, never force any movement. The stretches and rotations in the first group should always feel like a gentle, mild pull. Never sharp, never pinching, and never accompanied by dizziness, numbness, or tingling down the arms. If you feel any of those warning signs, stop immediately and speak with your doctor before continuing. The neck is a sensitive area, and patience will help you far more than force ever will. When it comes to these movements, pushing too hard or moving too fast is never the goal. Slow, gentle, consistent work is what creates change here. So if a stretch feels intense, back off. If a rotation feels restricted, reduce the range. Give your body room to adapt instead of trying to force progress in a single day. The goal is not to overpower the tension. The goal is to teach the body that it is safe to release it. For the balance and walking exercises in Group 2, always make sure you have something within reach before you begin. A wall, a sturdy chair, a kitchen counter, any stable surface is fine, as long as it is close enough to use if you need it. And this is not because I expect you to fall. It is because having that safety net nearby changes the way you move. It reduces fear, reduces tension, and allows your body to practice with more confidence. And confidence matters. When your body feels safe, it learns better. When your muscles are less guarded, your movements become smoother. So do not think of that chair or wall as a sign of weakness. Think of it as part of the training itself. Another important rule, never do these exercises in socks on a hard floor. Socks on smooth surfaces are one of the most common causes of slips at home, and there is simply no reason to take that risk. If possible, do these exercises barefoot. Bare feet give your brain more information from the floor beneath you, which is actually ideal for balance training. The more clearly your feet can sense pressure, weight shift, and surface changes, the more accurately your brain can respond. If you prefer wearing shoes, choose a pair with a non-slip sole and a stable base. What matters most is traction and safety. And most importantly of all, listen to your body. If at any point during any of these exercises you feel sharp pain, sudden dizziness, the sensation that the room is spinning, or anything that simply feels wrong, stop immediately. Do not try to push through it. There is no exercise in this routine worth risking an injury over. Progress does not come from ignoring warning signs. It comes from practicing consistently at the level your body can handle right now. Work at your own pace. Let your body tell you when it is ready for more. That is how lasting change is built, not with force, but with repetition, patience, and respect for your limits. Now let's talk about how to fit all 8 of these exercises into your day in a way that actually feels realistic. The simplest approach is to split them into 2 small parts. Every morning, spend about 5 minutes on the 3 neck release exercises, the base of neck rotation, the side neck stretch, and the self-massage. Think of this as preparing the system. You are reducing tension, improving mobility, and helping your neck and upper spine move more freely before the day begins. In a way, you are opening the pathway so the balance centers in your brain can function with better input throughout the day. Then, at any point later in the day, work through the 5 cerebellum training exercises. You do not need a special room or a large block of time. The slow-motion walk and the heel-to-toe walk can be done in any hallway. The standing marches, turning drill, and weight shifts can all be done in a very small space next to a chair. If doing all 5 at once feels like too much in the beginning, break them up. 2 minutes here, 3 minutes there, it all counts. The important thing is consistency. The entire routine takes less time than most people expect, and it works best when done a little every day rather than in long sessions once or twice a week. In fact, one of the biggest mistakes people make is skipping the routine on the days they feel steady. But those are often the most important days of all. Because every repetition is building a pathway your brain can use automatically later. Later when you turn too quickly, later when you lose your footing, later when you step awkwardly, and your body has only a split second to respond. You are doing the work now so your body can protect you later. And I want to leave you with this, because it matters. The drifting, the wobbling, the reaching for walls, none of that has to be the final chapter. Your cerebellum has not given up. Your balance system is not broken beyond repair. It may simply need better input, better movement, and better daily practice. The brain can change. It can adapt. And when you give it the right challenge consistently, it often responds quietly, gradually, and more powerfully than people expect. The people who improve the most are not always the ones who push the hardest. Very often, they are the ones who simply keep showing up. The ones who practice even when the progress feels invisible. Because the truth is, the brain often improves before you can feel it. New pathways are being strengthened. Old signals are being reawakened. Timing is being restored. Control is being rebuilt behind the scenes. And then one morning, something small happens that tells you everything is changing. You stand up from the chair, walk across the kitchen, and realize you did not reach for the wall. You simply walked. So start small. Do the neck release exercises. Try the slow motion walk. Let that be enough for day 1. Then add another exercise every few days until the full routine feels familiar. Your goal is not perfection. Your goal is to teach your body, one careful repetition at a time, how to trust the ground again. Give yourself 6 weeks of steady practice. Not perfect practice. Steady practice. And you may begin to notice something returning that felt like it had been slipping away, more control, more confidence, and more trust in your own steps. And if you know someone who grabs the counter when they stand up, avoids walking outside because they feel unsteady, or gets nervous turning in the hallway, share this with them. Sometimes the right information, at the right moment, can change how safe and independent someone feels in their own home. And one more thing before you go. Balance is only one part of fall prevention. Even if your balance improves, your legs still need the strength to catch you in that split second when it matters most. That is why I made a separate video focused entirely on safe leg strengthening exercises for adults over 70, no gym, no equipment, and simple enough to do at home. If that sounds helpful, watch that next. And if you found this video useful, leave a comment with the number 1. If not, leave a 0 and tell me what I can do better. I read those comments, and they genuinely helped shape what I make next. Thank you for being here, and here's to walking with more confidence, more stability, and more freedom, one step at a time.